Hello and welcome to episode 106 of my Working with Todoist series. Hello and welcome to episode 106 of Working with Todoist. And in this week's episode, I'm going to show you how you can build a fitness training program using Todoist. Now, I've covered this a little bit before and I've shown you some of the tips and tricks that you can use to develop a project to work on a fitness program and other types of programs. But this has been quite a frequent user request in the comments section below. So I thought I'm going to dedicate one whole episode on how I would actually develop a fitness training program using Todoist. So we're going to be using things like recurring tasks. We're going to be creating sub-projects for fitness equipment and various other things that we might want to do in a complete fitness training program. So let's get straight into this and have a look and see how I would set up a fitness training program using Todoist. Right, let's go straight. I've now created a project in here called Sample Training Program. And what we're going to do is, first of all, we got a little bit of planning because I realized that for a lot of you out there, beginning a training exercise program or exercise training program might be something new. So what we want to be doing is we need to create a preliminary, let's say, sub-project on this. So preliminary work, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to create this as a bold task. So for those of you who can't remember, you put a star at, no you don't, you put exclamation, I haven't done this for a while, but 2 exclamation marks at the either side, and if you then add the colon, you create a non-completable task as I have here. If you hit the command forward arrow key, you then create a sub task or a child task. So for those of you who are new, there you go, there's a quick simple trick for you. So what we've done here is we've created a bold effect by using the exclamation marks, 2 exclamation marks either side of the word preliminary work, followed by a colon gives you a non-completable task. This is preliminary work, so we're going to create other task. Command forward arrow gives you a child task below that. So what we're going to do is research local gyms into that one, and that's going to come under. Now for me, I'm going to get into the habit because I know that this is going to go into research, so I can click research. We're going to there research, and that's, if you wish, you can put dates into this, but at the moment I'm not going to put dates into this at all. Next task is another one child task that I put underneath this. So research local gyms, join gym. So we're going to do at errands for that one. I'm going to add that task. And sorry, I put this in the wrong. So let's just go back into that. If I go command back arrow will actually give you that one. So we're going to add another task underneath that. This one will need putting forward. And research running clubs. You could actually research swimming clubs if you wish, if you prefer swim. So there we go, we can put that under research. I've done it again, so go under research and then add the task. So let's say that this is the preliminary work. So you've made a decision about whether you are going to join a gym or you're going to join a running club. Now, this probably depends on the time of year. If I was going to start an exercise program, say in October or November, then I'm more likely to join a gym because running in the winter is not a very pleasant experience. So I would probably join the gym. But if I was deciding to do an exercise program like this time of the year, which is mid-April, then I'm going to probably be researching running clubs. Okay, so now we've done that. This is the preliminary work. I can close that project up and let's add another task. And this time, this is going to be the actual exercise program. So exercise program. And for all my American viewers out there, I am probably really annoying you by spelling program in this way, but tough. So there we go. We've created the parent project again as a non-completable task because I don't really need to worry too much about this one. Again, I suppose it's entirely up to you. Now the thing is, if I create a child task on this, I just realized something. If I create a child task on this, when I complete it, it won't disappear. And that's not what I really want to do. So now, when it comes to the actual exercise program itself, what we've got to do is we have to think about how often we are going to exercise and what kind of exercise you're going to do. So let's take going to the gym. Now, it's not recommended that you go to the gym every single day unless you are doing like legs on one day. Let's say you're doing your shoulders another day and you're doing the abdomen or stomach muscles on another day. So if you were doing it like that, then you could probably do a gym session 6 days a week. But most people, when they're starting out on a training program, they actually start out using just an overall general fitness. So you need to be a little bit careful. So in this case, let's say go to the gym. Go to the gym. Now, this is going to be every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So what I'm going to do, instead of doing it every alternate day, I'm going to go into schedule and put every Mon, When, Fri. So that's going to come up every, if I click on that, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that's going to be a repeating task. Now, let's just say that this is a priority. Because I think it should be. So we're going to call that P1, so it becomes a red task. Now, let's just say that you are already very, very fit. Now, one of the things that if you want to have complete fitness, so you're not just, as I've heard some people call it, a gym rat, but you want to have good overall fitness, including cardiovascular fitness, then let's say that you want to run twice a week. So go running every go running again. So we're just going to put go running, sorry. We're going to give that a P1 task, and I'm going to do that every every Thursday and Sunday. So there we go. We've got all our tasks in there. So this is really all you would need to do is to put in terms of your exercise program. Now, what I'm going to do now is, let's just say that we are really, really starting out from the beginning. It's going to add a task below the preliminary, and I want to move that back. So again, command back arrow will bring that one in. I'm going to call this equipment. Equipment to buy. Okay, so again, we've created a non-completable task, and we're going to create a child task, running shoes. So you can't just put in running shoes, so buy running shoes. Well, you could just put in running shoes, but that actually destroys the fact that you actually need a verb to start a task, or else it won't happen. So buy running shoes. Again, I know that's going to be an errand, and that's going to be a P2 task, and I'm going to do that on Saturday because you need to get started. Oh, today is Saturday, so it comes up today. Buy running clothing. I'm going to call that a P1 task, P2 task, and we're going to do that as errand, and we're going to do that Saturday. Now, here's a one. What clothes do you want to buy? So what we're going to do is we're going to add a note as to the clothes we want to buy. So let's say 2 running shirts, 2 running shorts, and 2 running bottoms. Because let's say it's spring, we're not going to need to, so we can add the comment there. Now, here's another little thing that we can do. If I go into my Safari, let's go into Safari, and I'm going to put Asics running shoes. I tend to buy Asics, I should point out here. So I want to go into Asics running shoes. Let's go UK, because so we're going to UK, and runners need. That's not what I was looking for. Okay, let's go into my favorite Complete Runner. Complete Runner is a shop that I used to go to when I was running in the UK. Complete Runner is one of my favorite running companies. So based in Yorkshire, up north. And I'm going to go to Asics, which is here. And come on. And let's say I want shoes. Okay, it's not going to give me Asics, but I'm going to just pick up on, let's just pick up on any kind of running shoes. So let's say I want, let's say I'm going to go for these shoes here. These are the shoes that I want. What you can do is I can now, Command L will give me the link to this shoe. I can then buy running shoes, and I can now add that link in there. Click return, add the comment, and that's going to give me a link to the shoe that I want to buy. All this sort of stuff is going to really help you when it comes to actually going out and buying those shoes. So this is how I would set up a training program in Todoist. Now, to be honest with you, my own personal fitness program, I actually use my calendar for it, because I tend to, obviously my days are changing every day, so there's some days when I would normally do exercise I can't do, but I can switch things around in my calendar. But for those of you who really want to use your Todoist for a fitness program, whether it's a gym program, whether it's yoga, whatever it is that you want to do, Todoist works very well with that. And essentially, if you're starting out from scratch, you can start it up as a proper project. So you've got the preliminary work, and you can check those off as and when they're done. Please note, if they are actual child tasks, they're not going to disappear, but that's okay. You know what you're doing, and you can see progress. You may also that you need to go out and buy the equipment, the clothing and the shoes and so on, so you can use the notes section to tell you, and then the actual exercise program itself. And as I say, you don't want to be using this as child tasks, because let's say tomorrow is going to go running, I tick off that, and it's going to shift up to Tuesday. If you create it as a child task, it's not going to work quite so well. So that's something that I just wanted you to keep in mind that you create. So for all of you people out there who've asked me, how would I organize a training program in Todoist? Well, this is exactly how I would do it. Okay, hopefully this has been useful for you. If you have any requests you'd like me to cover, any kind of project that you'd like me to build for you, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to put together a sample project building exercise for you. Okay, so I wish you all now a very, very productive week, and I will see you in the next episode.